Hey you, Meowkaiser coming at you today with a how to play guide to Sissela. Now listen, I know you're there. I'm gonna need you to hit that subscribe button. And if it's your first time here, I also stream every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 8 p.m. EST. You can go check me out at twitch.tv/Meowkaiser. I also have a Discord. You can check that out down below. I have a community Discord for Black Survival, and I have a Discord centered around my live stream. Be sure to check those out. If you're just here for the gameplay, be sure to check the description down below for a timestamp to skip straight there. Sissela is quite the early game and mid game monster. She does get countered by skill damage, but as a nature of it, her skills give her some synergies with items that most characters do not get synergies with, and for that matter, would probably never build. On the topic of her abilities, her passive is Agony Bearer. When she takes damage, she gains a pain stack up to 6. The stack lasts for 40 seconds. And then every stack, what it does is upon taking new damage, she recovers 2% of her max HP for each stack. So at max stack, you're recovering 12% max HP per hit. This is part of the reason why building max HP items on Sissela is really good early, and then coming into the late game, it's better to have high armor items, so you tend to like switch off your armor from the corpses you see. And then her field skill is Unshackled. It has a cooldown of 70 seconds. After 3 seconds of channeling, she consumes the pain stack and deals to all survivors skill damage equal to level times number of stacks. Up to 3 stacks can be consumed. In late game, it hits upwards from anywhere between 40 to 54 damage depending on what level you're at. It's a very, very powerful skill, and it's what allows her to close out games because her late game sucks. And one of the marks of a good Sissela player and a bad Sissela player is just how much they're pressing Unshackled. That's literally it. She has a very low max HP stat, which you can raise by building max HP items, but it doesn't really solve her issue because a lot of max HP items don't have a lot of armor, right? And so unless you are able to maintain those stacks in the late game, which, let's face it, if you're spamming Unshackled, you're just not going to be able to. You're going to get your HP chunked, and if you are unfortunate enough that you're in a situation where you're in final area against somebody, you're usually getting 2-shot. If you watched my Meowkaiser video, you can actually see me do that against a Sissela. So in order to avoid getting outscaled in the late game, she tends to fight very aggressively in the early to mid game, focusing on finishing some key armor pieces, and then just offering a mastery trade with someone. And basically what that is very early game, she will attack somebody, right? And you don't want to deal a lot of damage to them. So usually you'll do it like before you have a weapon finish. And your opponent is like, well, I'm not taking a lot of damage. I'm going to fight this. But the thing is, your opponent's not dealing a lot of damage either. So what he ends up doing is he's healing you. And so you guys end up fighting each other and you make each other very strong. And this sets you up so that you have a very powerful mid game. And the thing about high level players is that they know that when Sissela offers the mastery trade, that if they decide not to take it, Sissela's just going to find somebody else to mastery trade with. So you have to take the offer. It usually ends up creating situations where a lot of lobbies against Sisselas are kind of 1v1s, where Sissela made another player very strong as well as herself. Because of this, she wants to pressure that other person's food as much as possible so that they cannot convert the extra HP into mastery. Hence why we spam Unshackled, so that we can constantly deal damage to all players on the map and reduce their ability in order to turn their stamina into mastery. Reduce their ability to turn their HP into mastery. Because of this, animal control is extremely important on her. You can actually do some things like unequip your weapon while fighting gorilla late games so that you can maintain 6 pain stacks. That way, you actually have an advantage going into the final area. I actually do this in a lot of my games. I don't actually know if I do this in the footage I'm showing off, but if you check my previous Sissela videos, you can definitely see me doing that. Sissela is not a beginner-friendly character. She does require you to be able to finish your armor. And she does also require you to know to switch out your HP armor items for actual armor in the late game. Assuming you built those. Building actual armor on this character is fine too. Just kind of max HP is the meme. Because of this, she has more synergy with Green Cell than any other cell. I don't actually recommend taking any other cell than Green Cell. When it comes to aptitudes, it's either counterattack or accelerate. I personally take counterattack so that I can get more value out of my HP. But a lot of people tend to have a lot of difficulty maintaining their stamina, and so accelerate is just as viable. If you're taking a lot of damage from having no stamina and exhausting HP, you're actually not getting that much value out of counterattack, so you have to keep that in mind when choosing which one to use. On the topic of HP items, Prophet's Turban is an HP item that you commonly see Sissela players take. It gives 20 max HP and 30 armor. It's significantly less than most, but because of how her skill works, it actually gives her a more powerful mid game. I think I should talk about Blood Red Hood really quickly. This used to be something that people would build just because of how strong Sissela's passive was with it. This is something to consider, but 90% of the time, bloody chakrams is just better, especially with just the lifesteal it gives you. And also just playing throw, and especially playing Sissela, you use up a lot of thrown weapons. So it can be very difficult to keep up with it, and Bloody Chakrams is just a good transition into the late game. There is also Sunset Armor. Another thing to keep in mind is that your time of first aid is minus 50%, so it's only a 6-second treating injury time. So basically, if you get the injury, you want to leave the fight and treat immediately. I forgot to mention with the lifesteal stat is that you could actually do lifesteal off of your unshackled damage. So that's another thing to keep in mind of when you're choosing which items to take off of a corpse. And Eye of Horus has a ton of synergy with her. She gains extra max health. She gains extra recovery from eating health items. It's a very valuable accessory on her. If you're not able to get Eye of Horus, Uchiwa is just as viable. Now, despite Sissela not being a very beginner-friendly character, you can still succeed with her in lower ranks. Just, you have to be aware of what your game plan is. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. It's Munkuro on Fiora. Should I just go stab Sissela? It's not correct, but it's funny. Feather. The branch. Definitely want to take the feather. Maybe I could have held the leather. That was probably optimal. Probably. Whatever, we'll make it work. Whatever. There's one wire. Just leave, right? There's leather. I don't want to drop the soy sauce. Sup? New friends. Okay, too many friends. Wait, I didn't want to stay. I'm so confused. Sure. Yay, doggy's healing me. Alright, cool. This, certainly happened. I really need these. Nice. That guy actually healed me for one. Feels good. I need batteries. About to say. Well, I needed boots, so thank you. I feel like I just go to alley at this point. Chapel. Munkara! No Munkara? I was hoping to see Munkara. Nice. One girl like actually doesn't deal damage to me, so I'm very confused why he's taking this fight. And sure, I'll use all my bone crushes on you. That was certainly confusing. Well, I may as well go finish this. Now that Munkaro made me super strong. Grilled eel. Awesome. That's the last battery I needed. More food. Well, yeah, Munkaro just fought me to hell and back. And I was like, okay, sure. We can both be strong. I'd very much like a claw, but I don't think it's happening. Okay. That was exciting. The pickaxe. We're definitely countering stab. He wanted nothing to do with me. Fortunately, I don't exactly remember when it died. Please not a can. Listen, I said please. Unfortunate. Lighter would be nice. Nice. No place for oil. We're just gonna rest then. A mithril. That's armor. Okay. I probably should have taken this deal.
밀승차. 다섯 번째 금지 구역이야. 밀승차. 밀승차. 건드리지 말아요.
Come on. I really need a whetstone. There we go. A little bit of safety. Definitely tempting. Okay. 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 I'm just good at this game. Actually left. There's the axe. But I still don't think we leave here. Yeah. I was like pretty sure he had a bunch of food. Well, I found leather. Awesome. I like how that was my least valuable thing that I could drop. Alright, we definitely have enough food. Nowhere for flour, but that's okay. Better helmet. Alright, cool. I could stay for the soy sauces. Wait, I'm dumb. That was scary. Oh, friends. Oh, you're not even going to peace zone. You're just scared. Awesome. I'll take this. If we get the gorilla corpse again, great. If not, it's kind of no big deal. Please, peace zone. I think you could peace zone, please. This is really happening. Good game. Got him. I saw that he just ate too, so I was guaranteed to get him. You did it!